Jacob leaves with Rachel and Leah. He does not tell Uncle Laban. While Uncle Laban is away out of town for 3 or 4 days, Jacob takes his family and all his possessions and leaves the ranch. Eventually, because Uncle Laban is traveling light, he is able to catch up with Jacob. And here is the discussion that takes place, Genesis 31, verse 38. Jacob says to Laban, 20 years I have been with you, and all that time I cared for your sheep and goats, so they produced healthy offspring. In all those years, I never touched a single ram of yours for food. If any were attacked and killed by wild animals, did I show them to you and ask you to reduce the count of your flock? No, I took the loss. You made me pay for every animal stolen from the flocks, whether the loss was my fault or not. I worked for you through the scorching heat of the day and through the cold and sleepless nights. Yes, 20 years. 14 of them I earned your 2 daughters, and 6 years to get the flock. And you have reduced my wages 10 times. In fact, except for the grace of God, the God of my grandfather Abraham, the awe-inspiring God of my father Isaac, you would have sent me off without a penny to my name. But God has seen your cruelty and my hard work. That is why he appeared to you last night and vindicated me. Evidently, the night before, Uncle Laban met Jacob on his journey back to his father's house. God appeared to him and said, do not harm my servant Jacob. Notice number 1, Laban was cruel, underhanded, and crooked, just like the world. Number 2, Jacob was honest, hardworking, he never complained. Listen to Jacob's prayer on his way back to meet his brother Esau for the very first time. Obviously he's afraid because his older brother Esau said that he would kill young Jacob because he stole the oldest brother's birthright when he went to get the blessing from Isaac, wearing the oldest brother's clothes. And so he said, when my father dies, I'll kill Jacob. And now he hears that Jacob's coming back, and Esau goes out to meet him, but he goes out to meet him with an army. That's a nice welcoming committee. Genesis 32, verse 9. Then Jacob prayed, O God of my grandfather Abraham and my father Isaac, O Lord, you told me to return to my land and to my relatives, and you promised to treat me kindly. I am not worthy of all the faithfulness and unfailing love you have shown me, your servant. When I left home, I owned nothing except a walking stick, and now my household fills 2 camps. So 20 years earlier, when Jacob left his father's house, all he had, his only possession in the world, was a walking stick. And now he comes back as one of the richest men in the East after 20 years. "11. O Lord, please rescue me from my brother Esau. I'm afraid that he's coming to kill me, along with my wives and children. But you promised to treat me kindly and to multiply my descendants until they become as numerous as the sands along the seashore, too many to count." Jacob stayed where he was for the night and prepared a present, a gift for Esau. Now notice how much wealth Jacob is giving as a gift to his brother Esau. It is recorded here. Verse 14, he's giving Esau 200 female goats. That's worth a lot of money. 20 male goats, 200 ewes, 20 rams, 30 female camels, a lot of money there, with their young, 40 cows, 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys, and 10 male donkeys. Now, anybody that owns a ranch will tell you that is a lot of money in today's terms, at any time. That's a gift. You can only imagine how much wealth that Jacob had. 16. He told his servants to lead them on ahead, each group of animals by itself, separated by a distance in between. So this is a gift for his brother Esau. Let's read something that was said while Jacob was back in Uncle Laban's ranch. We're going to read of a discussion taking place between Uncle Laban's two sons. And Jacob overheard the discussion. This happened while he was still working for Uncle Laban. All right, this is very telling, very informative. Genesis 31, verse 1. Now Jacob heard the words of Laban's sons, saying, Jacob has taken away all that was our father's. Jacob has taken away all that was our father's. And from what was our father's, he has acquired all this wealth. So the sons are saying that Jacob has become rich because Jacob took what Uncle Laban owned. That's what they're saying. They're wrong, of course. God did it. But the last word in that verse is the word wealth. Now, some translations that you have out there may say glory or anointing. Glory or anointing. And some say wealth. Now, why would some translations use the word glory, anointing, presence of God, and why would some use the word wealth? That seems a little strange. Well, because the actual Hebrew word can be translated into English as glory, anointing, presence of God, or financial riches. The same word. The same Hebrew word is used in some places of the Old Testament for glory, anointing, presence of God, and other places the same Hebrew word is used for riches, financial prosperity. Why is that? The answer is simple. Just like you cannot have water in your hand without the wet. You cannot have water in your hand without the wet. You cannot have the presence of God in your life without prosperity. They go together. Where God goes, prosperity goes. Blessing goes. Healing goes. Health goes. Life goes. Are you tracking me, church? These two young men are discussing something that's very interesting. They have noticed the wealth was transferred from their father to Jacob. This, they are discussing here, right back in Genesis, something called a wealth transfer. A transfer of wealth. This is the first time this happened. It happened several times in the Bible. It happened when the children of Israel came out of Egypt. The Egyptians are rich with silver and gold. But when they left, when the children of Israel left Egypt, all the silver and gold of the Egyptians was given to the children of Israel. And they were rich when they left Egypt. And the the Egyptians were plundered. They had nothing left. There are several times in the Bible where the Bible explains wealth transfer. Now watch this. Proverbs 13:22. The wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. The wealth of the sinner. God is saying the wealth of the world, the unsaved sinner, is stored up for those who serve God, for those who favor God's righteous cause. The wealth of the world is collected for us. That's what that verse says. That's what happened right here with Uncle Laban. That's happened right here with Uncle Laban. God made Uncle Laban rich. God made Uncle Laban rich to prepare all that wealth. For years and years and years he worked, gathered all that wealth. God made Uncle Laban rich. He anointed him to prepare for the arrival of Jacob. So that God could take that wealth and give it to Jacob. Are you tracking me, church? God's done the same thing today. God is preparing the world's riches for the end time harvest to give it to you so you can use it for God's glory. It's not theirs. The silver and gold is the Lord's. The cattle of 1,000 hills is the Lord's. God didn't make the riches of this world for the devil and his children. No, he did not. Financial riches and blessings are a tool to use to win the world to Christ for these end times.
Thank you for watching Dr. Theo's YouTube channel. We will continue to offer encouraging and life-changing highlights from Dr. Theo's past, present, and future series and messages. Please take the time to like and share the videos. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.